guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Evie, and today I'll be talking about how I ended up living in the van. It's been quite a long process for me to get to this point in my life, and I just wanted to share most of it, or at least to put as many details in here as I can so everybody kind of knows how I got here, and maybe some of this would help you start your journey in van life if you're considering that as well. It's kind of a long story, but I'm gonna try to make it short, or as short as possible. If you end up having more questions after I'm done, please don't be afraid to leave me some comments down below, and I will respond to them as fast as I can. So let's just get right into it. I'm originally from Moscow, Russia. I was born and raised there, and I moved to the United States about 12 years ago or something like that. And before I moved to the United States, when I was still growing up in Russia, I knew that I wanted traveling to be a part of my life in some way or another. Growing up in Moscow, all European countries are pretty close to there, so my family and I ended up traveling at least once a year to all these different countries for at least 2 weeks at a time. So I've been to Turkey and Egypt and England and Spain and Italy and all of these different countries, and I loved it. I loved exploring, I loved adventuring, I loved the whole aspect of traveling. So I always knew that that's going to be part of my life in one way or another. Later on, when I was about 12 years old, I think, my mom passed away. And it was a very hard time in my life. I learned a lot from it, and the one thing I learned that life is short, and anything can happen at any point in time. I mean, something might happen today or tomorrow, and your life could be over. So because of that, I realized that I want to live my life to the fullest and pursue my passions and dreams right away, and I do want to push anything back, and I do want to live life like, oh, I always have time, I can always do it later. So I started thinking about traveling and how I want to live my life a lot more. Since I was still pretty young, I couldn't do a lot by myself, but what I did do is I would do a lot of research. I was reading books about different countries and about different ways of traveling and how you can achieve it and the costs of it, and I realized that traveling is very expensive and it could be kind of hard, and that I would need to work hard for it. Still, I didn't know how I can achieve it. Fast forward a few years later, I ended up moving to the United States. And the whole moving process here was amazing. I loved exploring. I loved it here. I moved to Seattle, and I love that city. And for the first time since my mom passed away, I felt happy, and I felt like I had meaning in life, and I had all this energy and motivation to do good and to grow and to travel and explore. So I ended up going to high school and getting my high school degree. And when I was in high school, I learned how people live here. And what I learned is, you know, you graduate high school, you go to college, you get a job, and you live a life. And it was kind of like embedded in me that that's what I need to do. And for the longest time, I truly believed that if I do that, then I can achieve everything else I want. So I ended up going to college and getting a job, but after a while I kind of lost my happiness and lost that spark in me. So I kind of got into the routine of working, and slowly I starting to realize that maybe this lifestyle is not for me. I didn't really know what else I can do because I didn't know of any other lifestyles that are out there. So I decided I'm just gonna stick to it, and maybe eventually I will find something else. Later on I ended up moving to New York City for school, and the whole moving part of it kind of gave me energy and hope again. I was so happy while I was moving there, and I was so happy when I was there because it was a whole new place and different people, and I started exploring more, and I loved it. I got happy again, and I found that spark again. But then after about a month or two, I got back into the routine of me working, and I was stuck in the routine again, and I couldn't afford to do anything else besides paying rent and working. So I got unhappy again, and I kind of lost it. I lost that spark. After a while, I decided to move back to Seattle and see what else I can do. So I moved back to Seattle, and once again, the whole moving part of it got me excited and happy, and I was, you know, had that spark again. I was happy and I was energized and I loved it, truly did. So as I was moving, I kind of started thinking again about my passions and the traveling and how I can include the traveling aspect of, you know, traveling aspect into my life. And I thought about it, and then I kind of put on the back burner a little bit, and then I got back into the routine of working all the time, and once again I got unhappy. So I decided to move again, and I moved to Portland. And once again I was happy and excited because it was a whole new city, new people and everything. And once again I got into the routine. This time, once I got into the routine, I knew that I cannot do this. I cannot just work and pay rent and that's it, and be stuck in one city. So I just started to think, what can I do differently? I knew that whatever it is, I needed money for it. So I started saving money. I didn't know what I was saving for. I didn't know how much I'm gonna save. I just knew that that money that I'll be saving, it will help me to achieve whatever I want in the future, and whatever lifestyle I want to do, it will help me with that. So I started saving money little by little. And then about, I don't know, maybe a year later, I heard the term van life. And it kind of intrigued me. And I started to look into it a little bit more. At that time, there was not a lot about it. There was not a lot of van lists. There was not a lot of articles. There was not a lot of videos on it. So I still didn't know much about it. And I wanted to learn more about it. So I kind of was still working a lot and saving money. And little by little, I would research a little bit more and trying to figure out what it is. And I realized that van life is, you know, traveling by car and traveling cheaply because you don't have to pay for the hotels, you don't have to pay for plane tickets, you still have to pay for gas, but overall cost of that lifestyle is a lot cheaper. Lifestyle of renting an apartment or traveling by plane. So I knew that's something I wanted to do. I knew that this is how I can do what I've always dreamed of doing, which is traveling. I started to think about what I can do to kind of start that lifestyle. And when I was thinking about that, I happened to find a first YouTube video on van life. And I loved it. And as soon as I saw that video, I knew that this is it. This is what I need to do. This is the lifestyle I need to pursue right now. Will I be doing this for the rest of my life? I don't know. But I knew that this is what I need to do right now. So I started saving more money, and I had a good amount of money saved up already, but I knew that I might need a little bit more, because I knew that I would have to quit my job. Once I realized that van life is something I need to do and want to do, I decided to go on the first trip. I got a minivan, and I decided to travel in a minivan for a little bit and to see if I can actually do it, if I can give up all the comforts that I have and live in a van or a minivan and be happy and be comfortable enough. I needed to know that first before jumping into the lifestyle. And the reason for that is because even though I've seen all those videos, I knew that in those videos they only portray the good parts, the easy parts, the fun parts, and I knew there has to be bad parts, there has to be uncomfortable spots, and I needed to explore those on my own and see if I can really do it before investing any more time and money into that lifestyle. So I got a minivan and I hit the road. I had a blast and I learned a lot, and I learned that I can do it. I learned that I don't need a lot of things to make myself happy. I learned that I don't need a living room or a couch or a bedroom. I don't need a big bathroom. I don't need all these unnecessary things in my life to make me happy and keep me happy. The only thing I needed is essentials. I needed a roof over my head, which will be a roof of the car. I needed a pillow and a blanket to stay nice and warm and comfy. I needed a little bit of clothes, some water, and some essential things. And after that trip, once I got back, that was it. I was like, this is for me. I know I can do it physically. I know I can do it mentally. And I knew that it would make me happy. So I quit my job and I started looking into buying a van. In my mind, I thought that finding a van would take me no time, building it would take me no time, and I will hit the road in about a month or two. Because in all those videos that you see online, they make it easy. They make it building a van easy. After about a month, I couldn't find a van, so I was getting frustrated. So I decided to get a part-time job, so that way I have some sort of income coming in to pay the bills while I look for the van and start building it. And that part-time job turned into a full-time job, and I slowly started to become unhappy again and losing my spark and losing my passion. And after I realized that I got back into the routine, I was determined to get out of it and hit the road as soon as possible. I started watching a lot more the YouTube videos, how to build the van, how to find the van. Anything there is to know about van life, I started learning about it. And throughout me watching all these YouTube videos, I happened to find Into the Mystery 13, which is Jed's channel. And for all of you who don't know who Jed is, he is my boyfriend now. I started watching his videos and I was very drawn to him and to his video styles and just to him as a person. So when I learned that he's coming back to Portland to finish his van up or rebuild it, I got super excited. So I messaged him and asked him if he will be willing to meet up with me so I can look at his van and take some pictures and kind of pick his brain. In my mind, me seeing a van in person in real life and talking to a van developer in person would help me get that spark back and get that passion back and kind of put me on the right track. Because seeing videos is one thing and reading articles, but actually meeting somebody in real life who's doing that is a whole different thing. So we started talking online, and when we met in person and we started hanging out and we fell in love. So pretty much just right after we met, I ended up moving with him into his van and starting to rebuild it, and we decided that we want to travel together in one van. He has a Chevy Astro. After living in it for about 2 months, we realized that we need something bigger. Even though we could have done it in the Astro, it wouldn't be as comfortable as it can be. So we decided to get a bigger van, and we happened to find our Chevy Express for an amazing deal. And as soon as we saw it, we knew that that's the van for us. This is our home. So we bought a van and we started to build it. And it's been a long journey to build it. It takes a lot longer than you think, and it's a lot harder than you think, but it's so worth it. Because looking at the van right now and knowing that we made it, that this is our home and we made it from nothing, feels amazing. I mean, we built the whole thing with our own hands, and it's one of the best feelings in the world. So we're almost done with it, and we're gonna hit the road very soon. We've done a few trips on it now, and we'll love it. This right now, this moment of my life is the happiest I've ever been. I finally found my calling in life. I finally found that minimalistic lifestyle is for me. Traveling cheaply is my thing. I don't need a house to be happy. I don't need an apartment to be happy. I don't need all this fancy toys to be happy. I just need all of my essentials, a few things that make me happy or allow me to have fun, such as a camera or a skateboard. And I just need to travel and see the world and meet people and explore. This is how I got here, and I couldn't be happier, and I wouldn't do it any other way. The reason I'm doing this video is so you guys know how I got here, so you kind of know a little bit of my story. And I want this video to potentially help other people. If you're somebody who is looking into van life or just want to know more about it, or you know you want to do it and you know it's for you but you don't know how to start, hopefully my story could kind of help you with maybe finding a way on how to start it. It is possible, no matter what, you know, where are you in life, no matter how much money you have or your job or where you live, it is possible. As long as you know that's you want to do, and as long as you have the passion and the drive, you can do it. You just have to work for it. And once you get there, it feels amazing. So I really hope that my video helped some of you or any of you, and I really hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed hearing my story. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Once again, leave me a comment down below. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you get notifications as soon as I post the videos. And I hope to see you guys soon.